The following takes place between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m.
It is 8:04 across Canada in Toronto. www.animalhouseradio.com. Locally, CHHA, Voices Latinas, 1610 AM in Toronto, Canada. And anywhere else in the world, once again on the website, www.animalhouseradio.com. And if you have an email for Aaron or Dr. Mike, info@animalhouseradio.com. Very interesting show for you today. We're going to continue off from last week's edition for teeth and all the issues that have become of the teeth. It's a very vital part. My mother always told me, have an apple a day. It does nothing other than eating apples. You know who actually likes apples? My dog, Romeo.
Yeah, a lot of dogs like it.
I'll eat the apple, and then I'll leave him just the part in the middle, and he's just drooling and dripping. And then I give it to him, and he's like, "Thank you." So
very good.
Yeah, it's very good. Is his mic turned up? Yeah, it's good. Okay, I just can't hear him. It is an interesting week. No, I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
There you go, buddy. So the show is brought to you by Hill's Pet Nutrition, the makers of Science Diet, Prescription Diet, Pet Food, and IsMyDogOverweight.ca. Is your dog overweight? Go visit them at www.ismydogoverweight.ca. Also, I want to give you a little quick update on the City of Toronto and the strike. And some of you, of our loyal listeners, may have noticed that Nicola from the Toronto Animal Services hasn't been joining us for the past couple weeks. This is due to the strike. Now, as we all know, she and the Toronto Animal Services is not directly in the mix of QP 416 of what they're she's not in the direct mix of they want job action and they're doing all this stuff. That's not what their agenda is. They're part of the union, so if one other side of the union steps out, they have to step out. It's obviously devastating to a lot of people with animals in the city, and I've been getting reports on a lot of things, a lot of issues. Also, listen, if you're going to be walking your dog near any of the dump sites in Toronto, watch out because the city of Toronto has been putting spraying pesticides. They've been putting rat poison and all these other poisons,
which is very toxic to dogs.
Extremely toxic to dogs and to cats and to other wildlife too. So if you're walking your dog, be extra careful about the stuff that they're going to be. You never know getting into it, especially now. You got to think who knows what people put in their trash. Yeah. So at any point, if you're walking your dog and you see a garbage bag on the floor, just, walk away. Don't let Fido go in there and go in the bag.
It, right?
Yeah. It would not be good. And, we'd love to hear your opinion on, and if you're out there, if you live near one of these dump sites, if you have an animal, you're walking your dog, and you think this affects your dog in any type of way, and you want to talk about the strike in the city, please call the show. I'd love to hear from you. 416-785-0680. 416-785-0680. A little bit later on in the program, we have Mindy Tannenbaum from DNAMyDog.com. She's amazing. The great company. Basically what you do is you go online, you fill out a form, they send you some stuff in the mail, you swab your dog.
Cheek.
The dog's cheek. You do it a couple times. Yep. And it tells you the actual DNA results of your dog. So a lot of people have a mixed dog and they don't know what the mix is. Well, it is very interesting, some of the stuff that we've learned. I had Romeo done and very interesting. We're going to have Mindy talk about her great company and about how you can get involved and you can find out the real meaning behind it. It's not because if you find out that your dog has a certain mix in him, it could be prone to certain diseases. Right. I mean, there's a lot of things that a dog could be prone to.
Right. And that's part of their service, actually, is once you find out what pieces of the breed you are, they actually have a list of all the different inherited diseases of all the different breeds, which is kind of cool. So that's part of the report.
It's remarkable, yeah. And we're going to ask her if there's a paternity test that we can do in the Maury Porvich show. That'd be awesome. Yeah. My dog is your dog hooked up. But the results are in. 99.9% says she is not the father of the dog.
How can she be the father anyway?
Exactly. Yeah, she's not the father because it's a boy to girl.
See, I cut that one. Okay.
Nice. And a big shout out to Deb and my mom. We're brand new house. Once again, all the people down there at Don Mills and Steeles. Great area. Once again, so many great dogs and cats over there. It's phenomenal. Very dog-friendly area. I think you probably see that too in Aurora where you are. A lot of people, for some odd reason, they just love their animals up there. And good people around just over there. And my mother's limping around. She fell. My mother keeps falling. really, it's funny, but it's not funny. She fell. She's been limping like for the past 3 weeks. A woman can't walk. I think she needs like a walking dog or something. You know, it's brutal. I don't understand that. But ladies and gentlemen, as we do every single week, we are going to give you some great news today.
Wow, infotainment.
Now we got a lot of news today. First, I want to start this off with a woman. I always start off with a woman. A woman who had 150 cats in New Jersey is fined. Now let me get this straight. She lived in a mansion the size of what I live in now. I'm Bruno. What's up? Sorry, she's a mansion. Okay, so
What's up with this guy
you
today?
don't know Bruno?
All right.
In New Jersey, a woman accused of keeping 150 cats in her New Jersey mansion has been ordered to pay more than $35,000 in fines and restitutions. She pleaded guilty Thursday to 2 counts of animal cruelty for failing to provide accurate shelter. The judge in that township also told her that the 62-year-old should not be allowed to own more than 6 cats over the next 3 years. How do you go from 150 to 6? Wow. Authorities in March found that the cats living in a urine and feces-covered rooms in the home that was valued at $1 million. $1 million! Wow. But her lawyer says and told the judge that the problem is because of the love for her animals. She became overwhelmed by the situation. She's got such a love for animals, she wants to take them all in.
Yeah.
But if you live in a mansion, just hire somebody out there to clean the cats or to do something, you know?
Yeah.
Get a couple of scoop frees in all the room.
Well, you know, I know a lot of people who have multiple pets, and although I think that, you know, part of them is wonderful for wanting to save all these cats and dogs, sometimes if you can't do it, you know, if you can't provide for them, then I know they're thinking that they're saving them by having 50 of them, but I don't necessarily
150.
think, yeah, okay.
But you live in a mansion, you know what? I'm sure she's an older woman who can't take care of them, and maybe she hired instead of a babysitter, but someone to look after the cats. It would have been really good. Also in the news, Ozzy Osbourne's dog has been killed and eaten by a coyote. The 60-year-old rocker is devastated by his beloved pet. A phenomenon, a little boy named Little Bit was a strange name. Little Bit was attacked by a wild animal at their Los Angeles mansion. While Ozzy Osbourne and his wife Sharon, she's also the host of America's Got Talent, were watching the Michael Jackson Memorial on television. Daughter Kelly Osbourne wrote on her Twitter account, My dad's dog Little Bit was eaten by a coyote last night in L.A. and he is devastated. The couple were so engaged in the lengthy ceremony, as a lot of us watched in all over the world with Michael Jackson, which included performances by Stevie Wonder and Mariah Carey, they couldn't hear the dogs bark for help.
Oh, man.
Friends of veteran Black Sabbath singer Ozzy Osbourne have joked that the attack was revenge for Ozzy's mistreatment of animals in his younger days. The wild rocker is infamous for once biting the head off of a dove and chewing it. Dove, it's soap. This is a clean
the
show.
Dove soap, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, anyways,
all the time.
he bit the head off of a dove, and people are laughing back. He's bad mouthing.
Oh, boy, okay.
And chewed its head off on the bat and threw him. Chewed the head off of a bat and threw it on performer on stage. So people say it's a little bit of revenge. I don't know. It's
wow.
Yeah, that's not good. But you know, it's
nicer news, shall we?
Yeah, it's kind of sorry. It's bad to hear when a coyote gets your little dog.
Wow.
I don't know.
There's a lot of coyotes in the city here. You know, a lot of them. It's a common problem here in Toronto. So,
but it's Ozzy's dog.
Okay.
It's a crazy train.
Yeah.
Don't be paranoid because it's war pigs.
Okay.
You have to know Ozzy to get the joke.
All right. Shall I go on?
Yeah. You got a couple stories.
Yeah, these ones are good ones.
What do you say, mine or bad?
No, just saying that's kind of sad. This is kind of a nice story.
We're reporting the news.
Yes, we are.
You're a journalist now.
Okay. Pets Only Airline takes flight. You remember, we were talking about this a while back, weren't we?
Yep.
About that, well, it's finally happening. It's taking off in the United States next week, and apparently it's coming to Canada next year. The airline is called Pet Airways, and it'll offer flights to destinations including L.A., Denver, Chicago, New York, starting Tuesday. Cool. So pets travel in their own cares in the main cabin, and it's a 19-passenger turboprop plane. They not in the cargo like they are on other airlines. They actually have their own little seats. Now, this is the interesting thing. Owners aren't allowed on board and must fly separately.
Good.
Okay.